Good morning, too. Well, there's a leak in his old building, and his soul is about to move. His soul is about to move. Well, his soul about to move, 'cause there's a leak in his old building. To a building not made by scams. Good morning, people. How y'all doing this morning? Yeah, we got the same old topic. Like I said, that's a never-ending flow. This person says something stupid every single day, something arrogant every day, something contradictory every day. But at first, I didn't realize what I had in my hands. Hi, Erica J. Juicy Morrible. Hi, Juicy Morrible. Kenitha Russell. Mocha Drop. Hi, moderator Nikki. Nikki with the eye patch balloon. And Connie Bernard. How y'all doing? Did y'all catch that bullshit yesterday? Yes, I went against my word because I'm grown. And I went back over there and paid another one of my notorious visits to Miss J. Wilson channel, right? Sometimes I just have a certain taste for something, girl. I had a taste for it, girl. I went over there, and this Negro, of course, it's all the same shit. It's all refurbished shit. But eventually, you guys will really know these people because you hear it so much. This fool's over here talking about how he done ripped off this roofing company. Now, according to y'all, should I speak to enough people? According to y'all's entertainment over there, so his self-proclaimed, he's a self-proclaimed comedian. He says that there was a slight thunderstorm in San Antone. Thunderstorm, I believe he titled it Hailstorm. Little ice fell out the sky, child. So he got some slight damage on his roof. Slight damage on his roof. And these are her words and not mine. She calls the roofer to come out to give her an appraisal so the insurance would cover this slight damage on his roof, on a building that he says he has built from the ground up. It is 7 years old. The building is 7 years old, and yet a few shingles fall off the roof in a hailstorm, right? Now, these people are very busy at that time. Apparently, maybe some people have some real damage on their houses, whatever, but they always have to watch out for these scams, these people who like to slip their claim in, right? So his roofer comes out to the house, and they can agree that this is a slight damage, right? But the roofer, because he makes his living repairing roofs or installing roofs, he is of the opinion that it's a total gut job, right? Scam number one. Jay Wilson describes it as only slight damage. The roofer comes and says he needs a whole new roof over the entire house, right? Pastor Jay Wilson is down with this, right? But then when I went on that pitiful page last night, I asked him, oh, really? Was there a deductible on the roof in order to get a whole new roof? Because a few days earlier, he had said that his roof, he had a $2,000 deductible on the roof, right? And of course, he can't resist bragging on everything. So he came on YouTube to brag about this check he got from the insurance company, right? Now, you got to realize that Jay Wilson says anything you bring to YouTube is supposed to be talked about. More of his words, not mine. He said, if you brought it on you brought it on YouTube. You brought it on YouTube. She gets so gay. Girl, gayer by the day. Who gets gayer by the day? You brought it on YouTube, and we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Well, bitch, you brought it on YouTube. And then let's talk about you. You knew that house did not require a new roof after 7 years. And you knew, your words, that house had only sustained slight damage, which means a few shingles fell off somewhere, right? But no, you went wrong with the scamming roofer, and you agreed that, oh, no, we need a whole new roof. Now this man is about to get rich, right, in San Antone. But not only that, you didn't stop at the scam there, because the man said, well, the deductible according to the insurance policy is $2,000. So in other words, if you have a roof and only a few shingles fell off, and he says, well, I'll fix that for $500, right? That means Jay Wilson would have to pay that out of his pocket. Or if he got 2 patches of shingles missing, and the roofer says, well, that'll be $700, $800. Jay Wilson would have to pay that out of pocket, right? All the way up to $2,000 before the insurance would even bother with it, right? So the roofer says, oh, no. If I total the roof, right, then you will have to, not only would the insurance company pay for the whole roof, I can mark it up to where I can add 2 more thousand onto your cost of your roof, because he is the roofer. I'll add 2 more thousand onto that, and then we'll just that'll be your deductible. You see, because that's not the way it's supposed to work. See, Jay Wilson willingly participated in a scam because he knew that the deductible on his roof was $2,000. He knew that much damage was not done to his roof. He's trying to blame it on the roofer. Well, that's what he said. That's what he said. I need a new roof. He said, he didn't need no damn new roof on that place, right? But that man is in business, right? So he said, no. If I do this, I'm only gonna get $500 best on this whole deal here, right? So because the house is only 7 years old, so the house is basically, the roof is basically new. But no. If I say that there's extensive damage, but I can manipulate the camera where it will appear that there's extensive damage, then I can get them to pay for a whole new roof. So you are both scamming the insurance company. I wonder if they will be concerned, because if he's doing it with you, he's also doing it with others. So how many hundreds of thousands of dollars are these people out unnecessarily when they're dealing with people who have got really severe damage to their roof, where they don't have water coming in on their dinner plate, girl? Right? But he was going right along with it. Oh no, he said it. He said, I need a roof. I said on last night when I went on his fledgling channel, I said, Jay Wilson, you said to somebody else is going to pay the deductible? Oh no. He said he can blend it in. He can blend. Well, how is that a deductible if he can blend it in? A deductible is not to be blended in. This is a scam, honey. You're breaking the law, Jay Wilson. You always talking about how everybody else is a scammer, girl, and they all getting PPP loans, and they all doing this, and they all doing that, and they all gonna get their suitcases on the bus and all this kind of shit. And I'm just trying to figure out, girl, you knew that you were scamming these people, and you went along with, I'd imagine, at least to put a whole new roof on. I don't know what they cost in San Antone, maybe $10,000. Did you actually collect a check for $10,000 from those people when you know you only had a little patch of shingles missing on your roof, Jay Wilson? And how? Okay, the underhanded shenanigans that you pulled to tell the insurance company that you had paid a deductible when you actually paid no deductible. That was flim flam. That was flim flam on the paperwork to make it appear that you had paid a deductible, but really the roofer just marked the price up and then charged not only did they buy them an unnecessary roof for $10,000, which would give him work for whatever amount of time it takes to put in, but they're also out the extra $2,000 that he added on to his work. And you were all good with that, Pastor Jay Wilson. And then you're so dumb. And then you dumb enough to think that that'll make you a smart old man. Yeah, respect your roof. La da da da. If you didn't respect your insurance company, none of this would fall down on you. La, 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 la. You broke the law. La, da, da, da. Done broke the law. He's so obsessed with the police and the laws. Now, ordinarily, I said, but Timothy Blaine, you ain't no snitch. But these are Jay Wilson's rules and laws. He says if you put it on YouTube, it is our obligation to talk about it. So I really wasn't even, I hadn't connected the dots yet. I just did that little thing yesterday where yelling and screaming exhausted me. I went to bed. But when I woke up this morning, I went to my last video. And I'm going to tell you what I saw. A subscriber put this in my last video, right? Now, we're not going to expose this person. That's not necessary. But what the subscriber said in my last video was, so wait, did Jay Wilson just admit that his roofing company overcharged his insurance company to cover his deductible? Don't know if he is aware, but that actually is capital letters, a capital letters scam. How does he define a scam? Because he knew it. He knew exactly what he was doing, honey. Passer, greedy pig. When you talked about those people with them PPP on, you know, if there was any opportunity, you could have got any piece of that, girl. You would have grabbed for it, you greedy little pig. So they done caught your ass. Trouble down in San Antone. I was waiting for you at the door. Lord have mercy. You must have picked up on it, honey. You must have realized that there was a leak in that old ceiling, honey. And he gonna sit his fat ass over there and collect a check. I guess the check came out just a couple of days from the roofing company, knowing that that his house did not require a new roof. But since he could get one, and his roofing scam artist convinced him, oh, no, I can get you a whole new roof. Well, we don't know if it was $10,000, $15,000, child, whatever they charged to put this roof on there. The roofer, of course, it benefits him because that's how he makes his money. Why should I want to patch up, a $200 hole in the ceiling or whatever, or put a few shingles in there, girl, when I can just buy you can get a whole new roof. Put my whole crew to work. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Don't worry about it. He said, well, I really don't want to spend the $2,000. I have a $2,000 deductible on it. He's, buddy, don't even worry about it. I got you covered. Baby, I got you covered. Don't you worry. I said scam. Baby, Jay Wilson, if the insurance company had any sense, I'm sure they were probably booked solid, because in order for the rain to fall on you or the hail to fall on your house, it had to fall on a good part of the houses in San Antone. So maybe they didn't have their insurance appraiser to come out. Maybe they trusted it into the hands of what you submitted because they had so many cases. I mean, I don't know how many houses in that house, that neighborhood of track houses you got, but he might have had 400 roofs, claims for these roofs, right? And they just went on ahead and just approved them all. And the roofer was already aware of that because he was the one fixing the goddamn roofs, girl. And you went along with it, Jay Wilson. So if they decided to charge him, they would also charge you as an accessory to the crime. And they would ask you to give them their $10,000 or $15,000 back. Jay Wilson. What y'all think? La da da da. He said you both. If you bring it on YouTube, both talk about it. He over here bragging about it. He can't help himself, child. He bragging about everything. He bragging about he got a check. I got a check. I got a check. I got it. How did you get that check, Jay Wilson? You were concerned that I was a drug dealer 20 years ago? I want to know about your crimes right now, today. You did realize what you were doing, right? You certainly knew that your deductible was not supposed to be added on to the roof. They were not supposed to mark up the roof to be even more expensive than it already was. It was already unneeded. You knew that, and you went along with it, boy. And then you're dumb enough to bring it onto YouTube to brag about it, girl. You're bragging about committing a crime. I'm just saying, you said that we are obligated to talk about it because it was on YouTube. He wanted last night. He wanted to keep going on about my mouth again. He's always in my mouth for some reason, girl. And so he says that since I bring my mouth on YouTube, he's supposed to talk about it. Wait a minute. How can I come to YouTube without my mouth being attached? My mouth is attached to my body, girl. All these people who he's doxed, what they brought pictures of where they used to live and they put it on YouTube. Is that why you're supposed to talk about it? You went digging for it, you piece of shit. And people who know your lack of character, they send you things, don't they, Jay Wilson? They send you little items. There's no vetting. There's nothing. You just go run right onto YouTube, girl, to try to humiliate and embarrass people. But I want you to come on here and explain why you feel like you are supposed to get a new roof on that house, which was only missing a few shingles. Were pictures actually exaggerated? Were pictures taken from other roofs? When he filed his insurance, he had you to file the insurance claim, right? Did you realize that you were ripping this company off? You would have to, Jay Wilson. You would certainly know that you were supposed to pay that $2,000 out of your own pocket. And since the roof was the damage on the roof was so minor, you were supposed to pay all of it. Hi, Rochelle. What's going on, RJ Supreme? Well, even if he doesn't get caught, his insurance is going up. I'm not sure how that is a win. His insurance Lord have mercy. No, he still stole that money. He still stole that $15,000. What was the amount, Jay Wilson? Was it $15,000? Because when you reported it, you thought they were coming out. The girl just started praise a little lick in the roof, child, and you said there wasn't that much damage. You said, "Oh no, it wasn't no damage. It wasn't hardly anything. I'm gonna get a brand new roof." Mark, listen to me. Don't get no life insurance. Not on you. Get it on him, honey. Mm-hmm. I feel Kenita Russell. I feel Brad. I feel all the time like a cat on a hot tin roof. Why you feel like that, baby? Mm-hmm. Call what Big Daddy said. Why they call him Big Daddy? Because his big belly. Mm-hmm. San Antone. Mm-hmm, Erica. That's what we call it down here amongst the civilized people. We down in San Antone. Roofers will scam in a minute. Absolutely. They'll especially scam when they have a natural disaster, right? If they have a hailstorm, honey, they can go in there and they can replace the roof on every damn house in the neighborhood. Why? Because the insurance company's going to pay for it, right? And then they have the nerve to say, because probably Wilson was still balking because Wilson ain't got no extra $2,000. Hell, he's working 5 jobs just trying to keep a roof over his head, right? No pun intended. So he saw Jay Wilson started getting a little squeamish, right? Because he had to pay that, whatever the charge would be, $500, whatever. He didn't want to pay that evenly, right? So the man said, I can hook that up. No, we can do it like this. Here's how we do it. Here's how we put it in print, okay? You just write this amount, okay? And I'll write this amount on my paperwork, okay? All right, then we'll just mark the price up, and then we'll have the insurance company pay the deductible as well as the rest of it. And Jay Wilson said, "Hey, glory. Hallelujah. Look what God done. Look what God done. No, God didn't do that, Jay Wilson. That was the devil who did that, girl. The devil's the one who wants you to steal, cheat, and destroy. Mm-hmm. You turn a blind eye. He just got a pitiful page. That's why he lets me over there. Why would you let somebody like me? I'm only over there on your page, Jay Wilson, to cuss you out and get myself a little verbal exercise, girl. I have nothing done to gain from that. I don't benefit in any way. I just get joy out of cussing your black ass out. So now, last night he kept on turning off the muting me over and over again. This is somebody with 5 damn degrees, nigga. You mean to tell me that you cannot out-talk me, Timothy Blaine, the drug dealer? Street urchin? Isn't that what you call it? I mean, why do you have to mute people's mics, girl, and turn your mic? Even though I turned my microphone all the way up, and it's the exact same. It's a Yeti, honey. They're all the exact same. They're made in factories. There's no difference, girl. It's only difference in settings. My computer is absolutely brand new, girl. But no. You got to turn it up on the microphone. You got to turn it up on StreamYard, and then you got to sit it right in front of you. And then I saw last night that he actually turned the gain all the way up too, and then he leans it in towards his mouth. All that, girl, to try to overtalk somebody. And you still want to mute them. So some very interesting questions came up on yesterday. Jay Wheels. But I think that was the most interesting tidbit of information. And I'm going to read it just one more time for prosperity. Because some of y'all wasn't paying attention. Y'all was doing something else. So wait, did Jay Wilson just admit that his roofing company overcharged his insurance company to cover his deductible? Don't know if he is aware, but that actually is a scam. Whoever the subscriber said, they said it best, Sonny. I can't add no more with it. But I'm suggesting that the whole damn roof thing was a scam. Not the extra 2,000. I'm suggesting the whole thing was a scam because he didn't need no roof. If the house is 7 years, you don't need no roof. How many was this house like the house in the Wizard of Oz, girl, that all the shingles fly off the goddamn thing? Because Jay Wilson seemed to think that he can just go out in there spot. Oh, there's a couple over there. No big deal. No big deal. You know, he always said everything, no big deal, no big deal. Except when an opportunity to rip off the insurance company came along, he jumped on it. He pounced on it. And to sweeten the deal, the roofer showed him another scam about he wouldn't be out not one red nickel. Are nickels red? Yeah, they are kind of red around the edge. At least the quarters. Okay. Let me see. Can Jay Weasel out of that? He just weaseled on people out of 10 to 15,000. I'm just guessing at the number of how much. Y'all know how much roofs cost? Y'all ever had a roof? How you need a whole new roof, girl, in 7 years? Because some little bit of ice hit the damn thing, girl. Isn't it supposed to be the roofer's job to go up there and repair the damage? Since when did we start wiping off whole roofs because some shingles fall off our damn roof? Oh, you're not a homeowner. You're not a home. Jay Wilson, even though they don't come and send their investigator, I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to do now since they're ripping the roof off already. But try it again, girl. Try another one. Go ahead. Park your mountain bike outside and claim somebody stole it when you know it's in the garage, girl. Whatever you try next, Miss Thing, you're going to get busted. That's why a lot of murderers get killed. They kill their wives and they then walk away scot-free, right? But then 4 years later, now they ain't got married again. And guess what? That wife ends up dead. And then that's the way they catch a lot of killers because they ain't going to let you walk away a third time, baby. Right? So go ahead and think you're getting over now. But what happens in the dark, baby, it will come into the lights. Insurance scammer, fraudulent person. But we already know that you are an empty, shallow. So you talk about my crimes always in the past. We always got to go back at least starting at 20 years ago, many times 30 and 40 years ago, girl, to find where I've broken the law. I broke the law because I was on drugs. But you're not on any drugs, girl. This is the real you right now, today. Scam artist, girl. What happened when the next time you fall behind in the mortgage payment? Are you going to run that Volvo into a tree? You're a scam artist, an insurance fraud. A roofer, okay, this is TLCN3. A roofer came to my house randomly and told me he would go do the same thing, right? Oh, girl, your roof is falling off. Oh, I can get you a whole new roof. Won't cost you a dime. I sent him on his merry way. Won't get me hemmed up insurance fraud. My roof is just fine, honey. Ain't nothing coming through it, girl. Yeah, I understand they go door to door, girl. But when you come with a shyster like Jay Wilson, it's very easy. He's never even admitted to any of his other scams. I tried to confront him. Tried to confront him also last night because it's the same conversation with us because he never answered anything. So if he would have answered the questions years ago, girl, when we keep asking him the same questions, girl, I asked him about several of his scams. Jay Wilson, when you came on here, he was telling people to donate money to him because he got to give it away. Oh, we can't tell you who we gonna give it to. We get now. This is the same time he just lost the job, girls, on facing foreclosure, right? But we can't tell you who we gonna give it to. Oh yeah, just send the money. I guess people were they were not used to this cash apping thing and this super chat and stuff, and they were kind of freer then. Whatever, he gets taken about, but no, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm gonna give it to her. You gonna give it to everybody, and you first in foreclosure, ain't got no job. He won't even admit to that, girl. He still ain't said a damn thing about that damn book. Every time I have a confrontation with that boy, I bring up that stupid ass pamphlet of his, girl. He said up there, I believe the number was something like $1,200. He had got these people to GoFundMe him for this editor. The people, when he got the book made, the pamphlet made, when he got the pamphlet made, you open up the pamphlet, and in the first paragraph, there's 27 errors. Now, most people, I don't know about a lot of readers, but if you got 27 errors in the first, I'm not going to strain my eyes and my brain trying to get through this damn thing, right? So nobody's even talked anything about the pamphlet, girl. They still on the first paragraph. I got like 4 emails that same day, girl. Look at that book. Look at that book. But did he ever apologize for lying and saying he would pay money to an editor? And did they people come back and find, oh, the editor is somebody in the chat, right? They weren't gonna claim that shit. It was a fuck up. But did he even take down the book from Amazon? The College Trap. It's still how are you going to be a person with any kind of self-respect at all? You're going to have a book up on Amazon for years, girl, with 27 errors in the first paragraph. I keep saying 27 errors, but that doesn't mean, because that's probably 2,000 in the whole thing, girl. It's got to be riddled. If you're doing that many errors in the first paragraph, girl, what does that say about the rest of it? Are there 400 and 500? When I wrote my recent book and I edited it with machines, and people said, "Oh no, there are errors in that book." I immediately took it down, girl. It was down for another 3 weeks, and then I paid and got it fixed, and then put it back up. Why? Because it was going to be up there forever, girl. It's going to be up there forever with my name on it. He don't give a fuck. He already got him. He ain't no damn writer. That was all copy and paste anyway. He don't admit to nothing. I said, Jay Wilson last night, I said, are you a doxer? Oh no, I don't dox nobody. They put it on YouTube. So I brought up several of the things that he has done, girl. Oh, it's public knowledge. It's public. This thing, if it wasn't public knowledge, how would you have the information? Isn't all the doxing, isn't it all public knowledge somewhere? Why are you consistent to lie? Why are you incapable of taking responsibility for your own actions, boy? He's officially a criminal. Well, if he'll do that, he will do anything else too, child. He's been on this planet for over 50-something years, girl. Mm-hmm. I'm only proud that you turned your mic up this time. Well, I did, Connie. I turned it up on the microphone. I turned it up on the StreamYard. His voice was still a bit over mine. I don't know why it kept drowning, kind of thing. But I think that's because all you got to do, put it right in front of you, and then he tilts it down and he speaks right into it like this. This is how he has to have a StreamYard, right? Retarded motherfucker. Total retard, girl. You can't battle with me. I'm trying to figure out how you got through class after class after class after class, girl. I mean, how are you debating with people? Mm-hmm. Add this to the book and prayer clause scam. Prayer clause scam. He said, "Oh, we didn't make no profit at all on the prayer clause. We didn't make no. Well, why did you? What was the point then, Jay Wilson? Since you didn't make no profit on it, what you should have said was Vivian Jennings didn't make no profit on it because you had that woman over there sewing them damn hair claws, did you, boy? And you had her going down there and buying them, and you had her going down there shipping them, right? So Vivian Jennings was with everything, but you taking yours off the top, bitch. So even though she's under the impression you didn't make no profit, that's because it all came out of her pockets or your subscribers' pockets. You just sit back and oh, I got a coin from it. I got a coin from it. It's definitely insurance fraud. Someone calls themselves the YouTube police. Says it's definitely insurance fraud. I am an insurance advisor, adjuster. I'm an insurance adjuster. You're not supposed to do that. No, you're not supposed to do that. Why should they give you $15,000 for repairs that only cost $200, girl? And then you let them fool and talk you into putting a whole new roof on a house that's only 7 years old. You said you built it from the ground up. That right? So in 7 years. So what are you gonna do that every 7 years, girl? You didn't even need a new roof. Why even get it? Because you could. Mm-hmm. Let me see what else is going on here. He's been a scammer for a long. Of course, he's been a scammer for a long. Everything he does is scam, child. That's why they didn't rent his ass out of church. Trying to get people's money. It sounds to a young black kid. It sounds lucrative to be. That's one of his words, lucrative. To sit up in the church and watch the pastor drive around in that Mercedes. He saw that over and over. He go back to the trailer. Him and his other congregants, they go back to the huddles they live in. And then the pastor get into a Cadillac. So he said, oh, I'm ministry. I'm called by God. It's ministry. It's ministry. And then when I try to tell him that my life was a testimony, baby, I am happy for what God has done for me. You know, he said, oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. Because you don't believe in nothing, bitch. You don't believe I'm delivered. You don't believe in nothing, girl. All you believe in is a dollar. Mm-mm. All you believe in the power of a dollar, nigga. And you're doing a piss poor job of it. If all you can do is keep a track house in Texas, girl, you're not really accomplishing anything. I mean, really, girl. It's got to be 80% of the people in Texas, girl, have got a house. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Sleep outside? If you go to New York City, girl, 90% of the people live in apartments. Depends on where you live at, girl. You go here, it's 80% of the people, they live in apartments, girl. You didn't accomplish something. You ain't accomplished shit. I'm gonna get some equity. I'm gonna get some. How old you gonna be when you get this equity, bitch? What, you gonna be in your 70s when you get the equity? What you gonna do? They're gonna take this girl. So is there a freeze on houses in San Antone? Okay. So if you say you bought this track house, this small track house in San Antone, you say you paid something like $300,000 for this thing. So when you sell it and get all this equity, how much are houses going to cost in San Antone? Right? How you got this thing? The prices are going to continue to go up, like in most places in San Antone. So whenever you make your down payment on another house, you'll take the profit or the equity from that house and you put it into this other house. But you know what? This other house costs a lot more because things have gone up, up, up. And so you'll basically leave one mortgage and go to another building, which is essentially is the same. Because your down payment, which you're going to use to try to lower the payments, it ain't going to lower it down to lower than it is now, nigga. You ain't doing shit, Jay Wilson. You need to shut up bragging, boy, and get out of people's lives. Oh, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Okay, well, since you say it's on YouTube, you got to talk about it, nigga. We want to talk about your confession on yesterday, girl. You want to talk about your confession that you scammed these people out of a roof on your house, which you know you did not need. And we want to talk about how you scammed them out of the deductible that you were supposed to pay. That's why the roofer was able to talk you into doing this scam, because he said, no. You ain't going to have to pay. I can make it where you ain't got to pay nothing. Pretty sure that's a felony. If that dude is doing it to him, he's probably knocking on doors, leaving cards, leaving flyers. Mm-hmm. This is what his good decisions. You made those decisions. You're right, TLC and 3. He made all the right decisions. That's why he's at entry level at 52 years old. Again. His job history. Again. Now every time you say, where you work, nigga? I'm driving Uber. I guess I go to my Uber job. Wait a minute. Is that the proper joke for you, Jay Wilson, since you were really an Uber driver? Isn't this how you barely stay afloat? Another confession he made last night, because he's always bragging about, I got 401k, I got 401k. So last night when I confronted him about his 401k, because he let it slip out of his mouth that when he was on the verge of bankruptcy and foreclosure, when he lost that job, whatever that pitiful ass job was, probably another lie. Whenever he lost that, he said he used that. That's what 401ks are for. Whoop. I said, oh, excuse me. Oh, what happened, Jay Wilson? Did you just say that you used your 401k to buy to get out of that sticky wicket you were in? Oh no! I need that. No, I got three. I got 3 401ks. Oh no! I got 4. He done forgot he had 4 401ks, right? Is that including your current job, Jay Wilson? Let me ask you a question, boy. How much do you put into a 401k on a job you've been on for 4 months, 5 months, girl? You remember part of it was a class. You had to go and train for that thing, like a Job Corps kind of situation, right? You had to go do an internship. So when did you start putting into this new 401k because you were confused? You said you had 3, now you have 4, and whatever. And then you just said though that you spent this 401k when you were in that financial disaster, right? You said that's what 401k was for, right? So you essentially have emptied that thing out, right? Because you ain't really worked nowhere, girl. Not really. You come on here talking about you only had 2 jobs. You work at Delta. I work at Delta. I work at Delta. I said, girl, you've had 5 jobs since you've been on here. Why are we to believe that you only worked at Delta, girl, and Strader School? Was the job at Strader, was that because was that from the financial department where they needed you to start paying back some of them student loans? Mm-hmm. He better hope insurance people don't come back. He said they gave him a check. He bragging about the check, how the roof was on their way, right? You gonna hand the check over to the others, the main scam artists, girl. And you better hope, nigga, that he's not just a ripoff artist, because I remember when I was a child, they had people like that all the time, roofers who would take the money from the insurance company and then they disappear. You better hope they actually do something to that roof, boy. Right? And you better get your fat, wobbly ass up on that ladder and make sure they're actually giving you a whole new roof, nigga. Because they already told you that they're scam artists. You knew they were snakes when you let them in. Correct? Now they got the money. You didn't sign the check over, girl. He couldn't tell. He wouldn't last 5 minutes in jail. Girl, them niggas would tear his ass up. I mean, that's the guy. Jay wasn't the kind of person you just walk up to and just punch in the mouth. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna see her over snickering. I never been to jail. I never. Bam. Fuck up. And give me them tennis shoes, nigga. Why they all stretched out? Big fat feet son of a bitch. He ain't got no 401k. He got a HRA. Lord have mercy. He said he got 4 of them now, girl. Every time you confront him, last night he said he was in the trailer for 4 years. I thought 2 weeks ago it was 5 years, girl. So right. So when he came on, he said he was born and raised in the trailer, right? Every time you confront him with one of his truths, girl, he changes the facts. He moves the needle, honey. So now he don't only have one 401k. He got 4 of them. Does all of these little bit jobs that you pass through, Jay Wilson, what do they do? Make 2 or 3 deposits into your 401k, girl? I mean, when you put it all together, what is it going to be? An extra $200 a month? I'm going to be living large. I'm going to be no, Miss Thing. You're gonna empty it out the next time there's another disaster in your life because you can't keep a job. Since you cannot keep a job, you will always be facing financial calamity. Correct? Mm-hmm. And when you finally start to pull all this equity out of the house, they're going to be pushing you around in a wheelchair. And they're going to take that money because they're going to say, before you move into the nursing home, you know, we need a substantial down payment. Entry level, 50-something years old. Girl, you don't sit down somewhere. Pastor can't say nothing if the roofers run off. He can't report it because he's a part of the scam. Oh, you know we read that one over again. God before everything. Pastor can't say nothing if the roofers run off. He can't report it because he's part of the scam. That's right, girl. I told you, Jay Wilson, the universe is gonna get your ass. That might be the way, honey. Baby, when them roofers tell you they're gonna put a new roof in your house, and they don't talk you into helping them scam out of the insurance company, girl, twice for the actual roof and also for the deductible, you better make damn sure that they are putting a roof on that house. And that means climbing your big ass up and watch them, girl. Because roofing is one of the big scams, girl. House painting, roofing, anything like that, you don't give them the money up front. Right? And then a lot of them will say, well, we can't do the work. You give us the money. We have to buy materials and all that kind of stuff, right? You sign it over to them, girl, and that's the last you see of them. And go out there the next time you go out, when they show up to get their money, go out there on their door and see if that sign will peel off the side of that truck. If that sign will just peel off real easily, girl, that ain't no roofing company. Dumbass. That would be poetic justice, honey. It's just like he think he's scamming them, they scamming him, honey. Uh-huh. Like Tim always say, let him keep on talking. A greedy person. Do you know most scam artists? The reason why the people are able to pull off scams, girl, sell you bogus, paintings and all this kind of shit, is because of the greed of the person. They see the greed. They see your eyes light up, girl, when you start mentioning they're green, girl. And they take advantage of it because they know you're a greedy person, right? That would be poetic justice, Jay Wilson, if you had them people that money and they took off with it, girl. And like someone just said in the chat, you can't call the police. You can't call the insurance company, girl, because you're the one who initiated the scam. Because the insurance company will say, well, why was he putting a new roof on this house? Isn't this a new community? How old is this roof? Could you show us the damage? No. Well, could you get a ladder and show us the damage that we paid out $17,000 for? He can't do that. He can't risk it. He's too scared of getting his ass locked up because that's a scary little bitch. It's the supple shade. Everything about that punk is shady. He what you call a catty queen. Caddy. Oh, you brought it on YouTube. I brought my mouth on YouTube. My teeth. You all up in my mouth, girl. You got You brought it on YouTube. Girl, I would love to see an interview with that boy Mark. I would love to see that. I need to because I think that boy is slow. I'll tell you the truth. When he brought him on there one time and people talked about him like a damn dog, he never brought him back, right? But I would like to hear him actually speak more than a sentence. I can assure you, that's just a slow kid. This old fool is pouncing on him, victimizing him, and stealing his youth. Mm. Roofgate, baby. Roofgate in San Antone. There's a leak in that old building. Oh, that would be good. If that roofer took off, man, that would be. I mean, it would be like well deserved. Of course, Wilson would never tell anybody. He would just suffer on the inside. On the inside, he feels pain. If we all got pain. I remember one of my aunts, she paid these niggas, excuse me, but these young African American gentlemen to paint her house, girl. The niggas showed up for the first day and painted the front door. That's the last you saw of them, girl. Not only she had to pay, she done paid them the full amount. Then she got to pay somebody else to paint the rest of to paint over what they fucked up. Lord have mercy. Scammers. You ain't the only one out there, Wilson. I hope they do get you though, because you deserve it. Ugh. Tim, someone posted on Lipstick Alley that they wish you and Jay Wilson would have sex already. Sexual frustrate girl. Let me tell y'all a secret. When they say I'm a snow queen, I like pretty young white kids. That's what I like. Now, don't say kids, people in their 20s and 30s. Now you could probably be 40 because a 40-year-old man is still 20-something years younger than me, right? But I'm not saying that because I think one thing is better than the other thing or whatever. But there has never been a moment, not even a moment in my lifetime, where I would be sexually attracted to something like Jay Wilson. There's just no way that would ever happen. Now, if you want to talk about violence or wanting to punch somebody, or maybe you have a fantasy, because there are sexual acts you can have. You know, there's the flogging. You can flog, you take a whip or a thing, and then you flog them, beat them. I could probably get into that. You know, people defecate on each other. I heard somewhere. I'd help him out with that a little shit. Ain't no way in hell I'm laying down with something look like Jay Wilson, inside or out. Add to that, I haven't had sex in 15 years, girl. Believe me, if I'm gonna give it up now, give it up. Ain't no use. I couldn't help myself if I wanted to. I'm caught up. If I'm gonna give it up, girl, with somebody after 15 years, well, I shouldn't say 15. Yeah, about 15 years, because I've been in here 11 years. Nothing's happening here. Then it's 2, yeah, about 15 years. If I'm gonna give it up at this point, girl, the last creature on this planet, it would be with Jay Wilson. Why would I want a fat, nasty, stinking, bald-headed freak with ankles like shock absorbers? That ain't what turns me on. You monster. Even in my better days. That's what I'm talking about. You say you snow queen. The point is, I don't want you. That's it, girl. Now, where you want to say it because I don't like bald heads, or I don't like the color of your skin, or I don't like the fatness of your ass, or I don't like the way you talk, or I don't like squares, or whatever the fuck the reason is, be assured, I don't like you, nigga. I don't like you. Oh, have you ever been with a black man? Get plenty, girl, and they look like you. Fine men don't have these issues where they all worry about somebody else's sex life, girl. Only the ugly ones. It's only the ugly ones. Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Come on back here, sweetheart. Let's just let him do his thing. He'll be done in a minute. Hey, Charles Dodson. It's a good talk by Walter Lee. Well, they have to use one of them double head dildos. Him and Walter, girl. I don't think Walter got none either. I kept confronting him about his small penis yesterday. He wouldn't answer the question. Oh, I hear this from kids out there. Calm down, sweetheart. Come here. Bring your bum. Come on. Bring your bum. What you doing to me, Daddy? What you doing to me? Let me see. My insurance company didn't send any money before the roof was complete. Oh, really? Gerald, how you going to pay the people? He said he already got the check. These roofing people, these are professional scammers. If they had a hailstorm in San Antone, then he ain't the only one that did it to, right? So they're going to have a whole lot of orders. Now I got to fix, I didn't commit it to fixing these 75 roofs. So they don't went around the corner and passing out cards all over the place, right? I have a crew that can maybe fix 3 roofs because they had to be fixed right away because you know you have the weather, right? You have to take care of the most severe ones, the real ones, right? So how in the hell they gonna go over there and peel it or the roof off of Jay Wilson's track house if they have a choice? If they are really about their business, they can just take that money and move on to the next town or the next disaster. They could be going from town to town, honey. Oh, we got a problem in Tree Stump, Georgia. Okay. They just pack all their shit up and change the little sticker on the door and move to the next town. And they pass the cards out there and they tell those people how I can get you a whole new roof on your house. And then because of the people's greed, they said they don't even need a roof, but I can get you a whole new roof, bro. And they say, oh, I know, but my deductible is this, and I had a break in this. He said, no, I can do it where your deductible will add that to the price. You won't pay anything. That's when you're supposed to run, Pastor. You said, oh no, I'm not a part of that, right? Because of your greed, they can just take that and move to the next town, honey. The next disaster. Matter of fact, it sounds like a pretty good scam, really. You just storm chasing. When they're doing a whole town, it's kind of hard to keep up with the paperwork, you know. That might be why the insurance company writing them checks so fast. He's got a lot of work to do, honey. How you been, Charles Dawson? It might be, wait a minute, once and for all, it might be the only thing that settles him. I don't think that Walter Lee, you got to watch out for some of these muscle men, Charles Dawson. I don't know. I don't think if Walter Lee was given a choice of who, if he had a choice of men, which would he choose? Would if there was no rain? No, how did that song actually go? Let me see. If I had a choice, no, if you had a choice of colors, doom, 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 which one would you choose, my brother? If there was no day or night, boom, 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 which would you prefer to be right? Now I know that you hated your black preacher. Who told your white teacher? Who told you to love your black preacher? People. All right, honey. And memory still got a little something. I can still do a little something. I can do a little something. The appraiser has to come look at the roof. Well, this is the one we're accusing allegedly, Gerald. You said the adjuster has to come at the roof to see if it is damaged. Right. Well, this is the person that Jay Wilson said determined that he needed a whole new roof. They don't just take your word for it. No. Okay, so the adjuster is the person, the adjuster or the roofer. They could all be in cahoots together, girl. If they're getting checks for $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 all around every neighborhood in San Antone, they could be working it together, right? It's like ambulance chasers, the lawyer, the doctor, the dentist, all these people, they're all working in cahoots together. He couldn't do it on his own. And they probably just saw an easy mark because he saw the greed in his eyes. But he was more than willing to go along with it. Why? Because he's a money-hungry scammer. He's a scammer. He's been on here scamming. He never admits to any of his wrongdoing. That's why we see that nothing's been cured in him. No, he is not delivered. He said, I am the exact same. That's why he don't believe nobody else can be delivered. But girl, I don't need his approval or his validation or his opinion, girl, right? People of faith, when you know what you know, that you know. I don't think he know that he know shit. I think he know and he know they're going to give me $500 to play today. I ain't bothered by none of this bullshit. I going over there to his page because I felt like cussing him out. That's it. It ain't no big mystery. Why do you go over there? He's making money off. He's making money off me. He's making okay. So he made him a whole $32 on that video. Oh boy, you're getting rich on me. You're getting rich on me. People, I don't worship a dollar, a nickel. That boy treats nickels like manhole covers. Every dime. If I had this career, I doubt that I'd be coming on YouTube for 6 hours after I got off work. I think I'd be tired from my brain work all day. I know that you hate it. How's it go? People. Was that Temptations? Pastor. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He said out his own mouth there wasn't that much damage to the roof. There wasn't hardly anything done to the roof. And then you got somebody come over here and tell you, I can get you a whole new roof and it won't cost you anything. We can get the insurance company to pay for it. And then we can also get the insurance company to pay for your deductible, which that's supposed to be between you and the insurance company. And you're supposed to pay your deductible so that you're not wasting time, girl, on little petty minor things, right? But see, instead of paying me $500 just to repair that hole, I can repair that hole for $500, right? But why would I pay that? I've had a hole, then you got to pay me $500. But if I fix the whole roof, I get you a whole roof. You ain't got to pay nothing, not a dollar. We're just tacking on to the price. So much for adjusters. Gerald, I understand what you're saying, Tim, but 15 grand ain't enough. Child, Jay Wilson risk his ass for 1,000. He's a greedy pig, child. He ain't thinking about no goddamn prison. He's too scared of jail. I'm telling you, these scam artists, child, they work together. They've told him, you'll have a whole new roof on your house, man. You won't pay anything. Why pay for a $500 hole when you can have a whole roof and pay nothing? That whole story had too many holes in it for me. It got holes like in Jay Wilson's roof and in his head. Jay Wilson's head got too many holes in it for me, girl. Gerald, what you over here doing? You in the mood today? Why are you over here defending this damn Jay Wilson? Well, I guess some people follow Nature Boy, so I guess, Squeamy. Lovely one say, hi, Squeamy. Lord have mercy. Jay Wilson would love Jay. Ooh, they don't want him. He would get tore up. No Precious Diva. No, ain't nobody raping no 60 or 50, 60-year-old fat pig, girl. It's a square and is a very annoying person. No, they don't want. You know what they do with Jay Wilson in prison? they would rob him. They would continually rob him. They would have him contacting his relatives, and his relatives, because each inmate is able to collect a what they call a package, a quarterly package, right? So people like Jay Wilson get to prison. This is the way they terrorize. They'll have him calling up his relatives and sending various people in the prison, in their gang and in their group, packages, right? They would also have him washing their underwear. But I don't believe, because they're attractive people in prison, I don't believe anybody actually wants to have sex with an old, bald-headed old man. That's not desirable to anybody. He would wish that they want him. That's what he wish. You ever come across some of this gay porn, you'll see that many times they have them behind bars, girl. They put up these little plastic poles so they can pretend and fantasize. But for Jay Wilson, it would only be a fantasy. He would have to hook up with somebody who he's paying to protect him. That's it. No, you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it, bro. You ain't gonna do it. All that old shit. But he had to pay for that, though. He ain't no sweetie pie, honey. They got all kind of male prostitutes and everybody else come through there, child. And they get the zooms. And it's not like in the movies, child. People, even though they're not gay, they still choose attractive people, right? He would get nothing. Unless you want to go in drag. Now, they might go for that. Wait a minute. What happened to your man? Wait a minute. Young man, what's wrong? Young man said, I don't understand having anonymous avatars, animosity towards avatars, while becoming an avatar from the neck down. Well, I challenged him yesterday, last night, that it's not properly worded, because I just jumped on. That's what I like to do. I like to come in there and do a drive-by on his channel, right? But I challenged him twice in our little exchange. First, he always wanted to talk about my interior design or my style of the way I live, right? So I took my camera down, what's it called, a webcam? No. I took my camera down and I went around and showed some of my priceless collectibles around my room. Because one of the people in his chat said, oh, he's a hoarder. He's a hoarder. What is hoarding? Do you know what hoarding is? Turn on to the Hoarder Wars, nigga, and watch them on TV and see what a hoarder is. First of all, you got to know what you're talking about. But I know I have fabulous collections that's taken years to collect, right? I just went around the room and showed the thing. I said, well, okay, here's what we do, Jay Wilson. Here's my room. Here's everything in my apartment. This is just my bedroom, right? I showed them all the other various statues and things that I've done. And I know I've done a clever job of that. There's certain things that I can just do. But I said, now, could you take and let's show me around your room? Because interior design has got nothing to do with a house. It ain't got nothing to do with a house or an apartment. Interior design has to do with a room. Whether you have 20 rooms or you have one room, right? The person with one room can still have better design than a person with 40 rooms. And each one of those rooms would have to be judged on their own merits. One thing has nothing to do with the other thing. So I said, Jay Wilson, since you're so concerned about interior design, girl, why don't you just take your camera and you just pan it and show me your room? Wait a minute. I think he's trying to put a spell on me. Hold on. He didn't do that, right? I said, okay, we know he ain't got no taste. That picture behind him, the picture of books, girl, that's $9.99 at either Marshall's or Ross or possibly Big Lots. $9.99. So he has no chops there. So my thing is, why are you even mention anything about it, girl? So I a little bit further along, I asked him the second question. I said, okay, why don't we do another challenge? I'm going to stand up out of my chair. This is how it ties into what you said about not being an avatar from the bottom down. I know I have a stomach, but I'm going to stand up, and I stood up out of my chair, and I gave them the front view, and then I turned to the side. Okay, here's the side view of my stomach. I'm standing up now, and you want to see my ass? I'll show you my booty. Here's my ass. You see, there's not a lot of ass. That's why I got suspenders on. Okay, and then you do the same. Let that be the challenge, right? Since you've made many comments about my stomach, so I just want to say I'll stand up and you stand up. Can you do that? Once again, nothing. Crickets, right? What the only thing that would have made that more perfect for me if another one of them cockroaches would have crawled from behind that 999 picture. Just think I would have fell out. Y'all always talking about me gonna fall out. I'm gonna have a stroke and all that. I would have stroked out if that goddamn cockroach would have crawled up out of that screen. That would mean that he took y'all's money and spent it, girl. I said, Jay Wilson, didn't you tell these people that you were going to call the Orkin man and have your house exterminated? And they started giving you money for that, right? And when they started giving you money, you instead of saying, no, I'm being silly, guys. I don't need Orkin man, right? Instead of that, you start going and collecting the money. And you say, I'm going to have him come. And we're going to see him. We're going to walk around with him, right? So where's he at, Jay Wilson? I mean, it could be a joke to you, but if you're going to collect money for it, I mean, don't you feel any sense of responsibility? You said you spent the money on an Orchid Man. That's why they donated it for you. So are you going to show us the Orchid Man? You said you would. Crickets. Why would you need a new roof on a house that's newly built, girl? Roofs last for 25 years. That's what I'm saying. It's a scam, girl. Arts Crafts, aka Crafty, it's a scam. A brand new house, 7 years old, and a few, according to him, a few shingles fall off the roof, girl, and then you got to have a whole new roof. Y'all keep an eye peeled for that. It might be very well that when he called that roofing company and said, when you guys going to start, he might get crickets. I'm sorry. That number is no longer in service. Or they might be on the freeway going to the next ripoff, the next scam art, and then they'll just have it on their cell phone. Be quiet. Got this fool over there, girl. So it'd be great if you get ripped off, Jay Wilson. Now that'll be something to talk about. You can come on and talk about how I got scammed by a roofing company and appraiser. They were all in on it, like the 3-quart Molly. You know how to do that when they there's 3 guys on the bus. They get in the back of the bus and they do 3-quart Molly. Where's the eraser at and kind of thing, right? And then this guy here, he wins $100, and you give him the $100 bill, and then you go 3-quart Molly, whatever. And other people, they say, well, I know where it's at. And I said, it's in the middle. He said, oh, no. And then the other guy behind him, he says, I'm a 3-quart Molly. Where's it at? Oh, he gets $200. And they count him off $200, right? And then you go down to a couple of stops down, and you'll see them on the street, girl. And they're all 3 together. Both the winners and the guy who was doing the 3-quart Molly. They were together, honey. Most roofers only patch it up. If they patched it up, he has to pay the whole thing. If he has a $2,000 deductible. Am I right? He's built like the Michelin Man. Oh, no. I asked him, what did him and Mark do? People don't understand. Why are you being so nasty? No, I'm not being nasty, honey. Anytime you feel like you're going to come and then you got your face in my mouth, you have commentary about the inside of my mouth, girl, and about every detail of other people's lives, girl, and what they get and where they get it from, what they eat and how they get paid and who they work for and all this. You got your nose and mouth and ass in everybody's business, girl. I want to ask you, girl, how do you and Mark have sex? Because it would be physically impossible for you to actually fuck him. You say you're a top. How would you do that? And your disgusting flat fat pancake ass. Who in the hell wants to go up in that? So what do? Born to suck cock. Yes, it did get that bad on last night. $2,000 deductible. Well, I guess if you want a $15,000, $20,000 roof, you got to pay the deductible. So that's when the appraiser and the roofer, they're the ones that know all the details about how to work that. They know how to work it, honey. He said he ain't had to pay nothing. Soon as they told him he had to pay nothing, he should have got suspicious. Nothing from a nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something. You don't want no skin in the game at all from me. Honey, there's a very good chance they're going to walk away with all of it. And what's the quality of it's going to be? He don't know, child. Somebody pitched that shit to him. No, Sherry Morrison, you didn't come in just in time. You came in just in time to say goodbye. I'm saying goodbye, Mr. Bond. Good to see you, Sherry Morrison. And soul sister number one. A frustrated drop top bottom. Oh, I ain't never heard of that drop top. Ooh, I know the power bottoms though. That's I don't even want to talk about it. Most orchid men are big, and that ain't the real Charles Dawson. Our Charles Dawson does not talk like that. My veiny and uncut. That ain't you. That's that other thing. I don't believe it. Y'all have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you on tomorrow.